Hello and welcome everybody back to the channel again. This is Thomas. I am Lucky, bringing you more Patriots. That's awkward. Raiders franchise. This week we got the Commanders, and I don't really want to put too much attention on our last week's loss of 38-31. We have some players we want to re-sign, but I kind of want to think about these a little bit more before I kind of move forward with everything. The way I play Madden, I like to write down what I'm doing a lot of the time. So we won't really see... I don't anticipate signing any players soon. And I say soon, I mean this episode or next episode. I don't really need an interior offensive line. We got a regional scout set up. Let's get through weekly training. Caleb Rogers, starting right guard, is going to be out this game. I normally... How are we looking on defense? We're good on defense. How about offense? So we're going to be down our right guard. That's unfortunate. Normally in situations where I don't have a time crunch, I like to be a little bit more thought out with weekly strategy. But the reality is, weekly strategy can take up to, like, on the short end, at least 15 minutes. No, not really. Probably closer to 10. But I just don't feel like doing it right now. Our roster should still be set up. I always forget where it's at now, because they added another screen for team management. Do we want Alex Kappa starting? I think it makes more sense for us to have Meredith starting at this exact moment. Unless if I move Meredith to center. No, because I want to keep JPJ there. Now, this is another game that, at this point in the season, the Raiders lost in real life. And I'm not a massive fan of that. I'm not a massive fan of letting Eckler go off early. Stop him at the 50-yard line after a gain of 24 and first down. And I did try to adjust our offense a little bit so that, or our defense a little bit, so that maybe we see more Isaiah Polamau versus Chris Smith. So hopefully that we're able to see that change in action. Because just when it comes down to raw athleticism, this first season, if I'm going to have 3 safeties on the field, I want my most athletic guys, and if you're not the most athletic, I need you to be a playmaker. As much as I didn't love having Jeremy Chin in the slot, it is something that I plan to work on, plan to try and get a fix for. I don't love a zone blitz. Like, I've probably called it quite a bit, but I really do not care for a zone blitz with how much it's getting called on this defense. And that's a good stop by Tyree Wilson. And they're going to go for it. I fell for that. I was thinking it was going to be a screen. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but changing plays, like switching to it like you potentially want to run, has been kind of a pain. Like if I'm flipping through this screen right here, my audibles, there have been a couple times now where I haven't been able to get to the play I would like. As we don't get the sack. I was happy with how we handled that, but no sack there does suck. As Jermaine Pratt stands there, watches him just run into the end zone. So we do have our full offense. It's just we are missing Caleb Rogers. I'm curious to know what kind of impact that's going to be, as we're able to get 8 with Genty right away. I might end up running behind the... I feel like I always end up running behind the left side of the offensive line, but I wouldn't mind getting to the point where I feel comfortable running behind both sides, as we're able to get that 4-yard catch to Jacoby Myers. I am going to go for this. I want to paint how confident I am in our rushing game, and we almost don't get that. Play action here. Jacoby Myers wide open. Let's get up to the 35, down at the 34. Good call there to open up the second quarter. And Jacoby Myers has been a lot more impactful than I was anticipating him being. I was hoping to potentially get a role where Jacoby Myers was maybe lacking a little bit and I could push him down the depth chart a touch. But he's been great. Dante Thornton has been hard to get involved consistently. Same thing with Trey Tucker, at least using 2 games as our sample size. Speaking of Jack Beck, we might see him get a catch right here. We are going to see him get a catch. Let's see what you can do. You're down at the 16-yard line. I should have been able to get more runs there. Or more yards. I'm probably going to be eyeing Dante Thornton this whole entire time. Was there somebody else that was open? Probably. Did I want that to go to Dante Thornton no matter what? Yes. No. Let's go back to this counter. Like that with Zamir White. We get the first. See, I don't love a run to the right here where we have man-on-man blocks. And the way that I envision that pass blocking going, or that run blocking, we didn't do anything. We take up the whole second quarter with this drive, which I'm okay with. But yeah, I don't love... I mean, that linebacker's going to come inside, right? No, we just don't block him at all. This is one of those moments where I think of the people that want to ban the tush push. Where they're like, oh, if it's so overpowered, why doesn't everybody use it? And I think that's fair. I mean, there are many teams that could use it and don't. But then it's like, how do you stop it? I think you're always going to have somebody trying to jump early, which means officials just need to be that much better at catching that real time. Either that or all first downs via QB sneak or whatnot. Maybe all first downs just need to be reviewed upstairs before... Maybe non-obvious first downs need to be reviewed. But then that also asks the question, how do you stop the tush push? My thought is, I would put 5 350-pounders in... I think I wouldn't line anybody head up on the center. Like, I know that's going to sound weird to say, but I would want... Or maybe you do 5 350-pounders all head up, and then you have a linebacker try to spy the QB. Because it's like, they always have all these people on the edge, like in case of like an outside run, which I am waiting for the day that when they do a tush push on like the 35-yard line, and that's just like an outside run to Will Shipley or Saquon Barkley, whoever's on the field at the time. Because if they can master faking that, that's going to be brutal for whoever's playing them. Because then you don't only have the tush push to worry about, you have that outside run. And then if you got somebody like Saquon, who can cause issues for a majority of defenders, what are you going to do? Anyways, back to our game. The Commanders went down and scored really quick. So I would like to do something similar. I'm going to run a long-legged play action. That's a pick. Is that Adrian Amos? I was hoping to hear the stadium announcer say the player's name. That is a unfortunate set of last 5 plays. Well, we need to go down and score before half. That's what I've gathered now. I don't know why I called that for first down. I like this play on the left side because I can get out of bounds. We are not accumulating yards, which is a big issue here. We do have 1 timeout if we do get a big play downfield. I just need to see how that defense is going to shape up on the left side of the field. I'm going to give Dante Thornton a shot, and he is not going to go for it at all. I'm looking at Trey Tucker here. I'm going to say the play has to be in the end zone. We'll go for the field goal. I'm not even confident that Daniel Carlson can make this. My luck with field goals in Madden is not good at times. What's concerning about this is this means we need to get a stop on Washington. So we're going to get the ball. I want to put together a longer drive. Not a long drive. I want to score within 4 minutes. That's going to be my game plan. We start at the 35. Let's see what we can do here. 2 yards with Genty. I guess there's that. Oh, Genty. There we go. There's our big run to flip the field up to their 35. You know what? If it's still working... Alright, now's the point where... if I can get a play action... I wouldn't mind throwing it to Michael Mayer. And Michael Mayer, I think, gets his first touchdown of the season. That's exactly what I wanted us to do. I wanted us to go down and score real quick. And this is 99% chance going to Jacoby Myers. And there we go. We got a 3-point game. That's a great bounce back drive coming out of half. If only I could have done that at the end of the half, but to be fair, I did not have time. We used 1:17 there. I am keeping 3 linebackers on the field. And that is a massive play to let up to Zach Ertz. Our weakest part of the field is honestly the middle. And I want to keep 7 in the box. Love that stop with Darian Porter there, but we do allow more yards than I would have liked us to. Impending QB sneak coming potentially. And I don't know if there's an easy way to stop that in this game. It's a great stop by DeCamerion Richardson. Oh, that's Isaiah Pullum out. My bad. I'm going to sit back a little bit. This is a revenge game for Jeremy Chin. I would think he'd be wanting to go off. I think that's Luke McCaffrey that went down there. I just wish, like, there wasn't so much like player slowness when the field gets condensed, if that makes sense, or like when I've got a bunch of people across the middle, and like my player then starts moving slower. But Washington is having their absolute way with my defense, especially running. Definitely need to be looking at defensive tackle in this offseason. I thought about trying to upgrade in this regular season, but I wasn't able to find anything that was worth grabbing or anything that would really be an upgrade. I'll rephrase, something that I'm worth putting draft capital behind as a quote-unquote upgrade. I'm not in love with this position I'm in, but I do like this play action. As long as that's not picked, I'm a fan of that play. We're going to the 4th. I'm glad that didn't make it to anybody. There were a lot of commanders over there. That's a great job by Jackson Powers Johnson. Absolutely laying the boom on, what's his name? Alex Kappa, gonna come in anyway. That was Jackson Powers Johnson on Bobby Wagner. But we do get Alex Kappa anyway in place of Will Meredith, I think is his name. And I am just interested in trying to get us this touchdown. Check Trey Tucker or, yeah, no, Brock Bowers maybe. There's Trey Tucker's first catch of the game. Who's injured? Charles Grant. Our right side of the offensive line is in shambles. Our backup, Alex Leatherwood, a former Raiders legend of a first-round pick. And we got another player injured. Got a linebacker here. We'll play Leatherwood. Got to do what we can do. I'm trying to get it in there with Genty. We're going to keep trying. I imagine we could see Samir White soon. Alright, got to go out of the hurry up here. Who's on the field? And we come up with nothing on that drive. We really want a sack here. And Tyree Wilson gets us a safety. Tyree Wilson could be your player of the game. And it's going to be a flag on Washington for not reaching the landing zone. I think we get the ball at the 40. You cannot write this. This is exactly what we needed. We do need the 2-point conversion if we score. But that is the break we needed. I'm going to go with a play action here on 2nd and 2. And Jacoby Myers diving catch. Bobby Wagner injured. This Commanders defense is falling apart at the worst time. And what a snipe. Dante Thornton right there in the middle of the field. We are going to run a trap up the middle, get another 9 yards. Genty hits 100 on the day. What's nice about playing this game is I'm getting to build out my favorite plays again. And all right, Wagner came back in very quickly. And is that Asante Samuel? Who's that? Got 3rd and 1. The middle of the field's wide open. We should easily get the first down and the touchdown. Ashton Genty, his first of the day. And we do need to get this 2-point conversion. This is we're not having a fleshed out set of favorite plays can come back to bite you. But this is what I'm leaning towards off of our coach suggestions. Maybe we'll just give it right back to Genty. We are! He's open. We got a tied game with 3 minutes left. In our alternate universe, our offense is way better, and our defense is arguably way better. At least our defense keeps pace, I should say. Oh, this is going to be big. Right as I say that, we do what we were letting happen in real life. Massive runs. This is really not ideal for us. I think I'd almost rather let them score sooner rather than later. I'm going to call a timeout before the 2-minute warning. I don't want to give them that luxury of having that as an extra clock stoppage. And it doesn't matter. They're going to get it anyway. I really don't want to blitz on this play. I love that I'm sending a player to go after Jayden Daniels and nobody's going. Well, we got one timeout. We just got to go down, score, and get our 2-point conversion. Can't really be having that at this point here, Jacoby or Gino. What a way to start off the drive. Let's try running a screen. We haven't run one yet today. Try to catch him off guard. Didn't really catch him off guard at all because, I mean, we got 2 players come straight through. Have to go for it here. And we can't really afford to miss who we're throwing it to. And I just want Jacoby Myers to go down. We're going to call our timeout. We're at midfield. Are you going to be looking at Brock Bowers on this play? Of course, we throw a ball where he has to jump. That's a good play to Trey Tucker. That's a good set of 2 plays to run back to back. I'm a fan. Try a play action here. Get out of bounds. I thought that was picked off. Brock Bowers gets our touchdown. I think that's his 2nd of the day, maybe. I don't really know who has our touchdowns. I know I should play for overtime. But you know, I'm going to play for the win right here. And Michael Mayer gets us our 2-point conversion. We go up 36-35. They've got 40 seconds to go down the field. And unfortunately, they've got all 3 timeouts. You know, if we lose this game at this point, fair play, but I really don't want to. We've clawed our way back. Interception early. Really hurt. And they were able to capitalize a lot early on in the game. And unfortunately, they really need to get in the field goal range. And we blow our coverage on Debo. Oh, no. I go for the interception instead of playing the ball. We completely missed Terry McLaurin. Oh, my God. That was huge. I was going to say, do not give 89-year-old Austin Eckler the 2-point conversion, please. Trey Tucker, if you want your time to show up like you did in real life, here you go. Oh, we're going to get that pass interference call, aren't we? We'll take that. 37 yards downfield. I'm not calling it Hail Mary. Why do they not just have like 4 verts? That's all I'm looking for here, if I'm being completely honest. Dante Thornton, if you want to show us how fast you are, now's your time. Oh, and that got picked off. Well, GG, Commanders. Our defense definitely needs to be better. I mean, in both of our losses, we've put up 30 points, and we've just been outscored. Can't really be mad at it, though. Tyree Wilson is going to be your play of the game. I just need to find that safety. Jayden Daniels, 14 for 15, 3 touchdowns. He played really well. Austin Eckler was way too good. Terry McLaurin, I'll tip my hat to you. They have Von Bell. Okay, Trey Amos, not Adrian Amos. I was like, how old is this defense? Looking at our stats, Geno Smith, 22-31, 3 TDs, 2 INTs. Not his worst day. Genty, 21, 115, and a tutty. We'll take that. We really spread the ball out today. Michael Mayer gets a touchdown. Brock Bowers with 2. Jacoby Myers continuing to be our main guy we're able to get yards with, along with Brock Bowers. No sacks allowed, which I'm shocked about. Sole sack was Tyree Wilson, 3 tackles for loss. I don't even know who this guy is. No INTs. I can't be upset about a loss to a team that's significantly better than us. What I do hope for, though, is a breakout player going into this game against the Bears. I feel like Genty's been good enough to get us something. They said a new wear and tear slot upgrade. Let's see what that is. Oh, our trainer's level 24 now. Okay, well that's cool. Hopefully that means that our players will be a little bit stronger. I mean, we're still leading the league in rushing by a large margin. That is probably going to be our main shtick throughout the whole year. And our approval is going down because we are losing. I don't really have much to say. I'm not hopeful for a playoff spot, if I'm being honest. I play in a tough division, and we're already down 2 games. Let's assume we go 2-4 in our division. That puts us at 3-6. I kind of hope we're able to beat the Bears. The Colts in real life are going off with Danny Dimes. Who knows? Maybe we can rip off 3 wins here and bring us up to 3-4. Bring us up to 4-2 so we can have some delusion. But the Bears are better than us. We're just going to have to see. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I got for you today. We have one of the best offenses in the league, but we have by far the worst defense in the league. That's all I got for you today. Take it easy. Peace.